Okay, we're stuck a little bit in traffic, but it's not too crazy. We're on our way to the gym now. Today is chest, today's triceps, and we gotta throw in some hamstrings. You guys already know. You guys already know we can't be forgetting about hamstrings, so we're gonna do 5 sets of those towards the end. Now, for folks that are new, I typically just record my first either hamstring curl that I end up doing. Before in the old gym, they used to have a laying down one, and then they also had a sitting one. But in this particular gym, they're a little bit under equipped with hamstring curls, so they just have one of the laying ones. Now, this laying one in particular hurts a little bit of my quad section around my knee, kind of where it meets for Jasmine. I don't know, we're not the biggest fan of it, so what I'm thinking today, what I'll do, and then I'll report back to Jasmine to let her know how it feels. I'm gonna be using that little pad that I bought from Amazon for like 20 bucks. That little yoga pad that we can use for a little bit more range of motion. I think we're gonna use it for our laying curls on that machine just to see if it gives us a little bit more cushion and our quads aren't hurting because man, it hurts a bunch. Usually when you're also going to failure and everything, it's just hurting a bunch and it's not ideal. You it doesn't wanna it doesn't well, what would be the word? It doesn't motivate you to keep going, for lack of better terms, I guess. But I am thinking that today we're gonna start off with I'm thinking 2 sets of Smith machine. Chest press will be pretty good. Work on our our upper chest, and then we're gonna then move on to one of those isolation machines. I'm thinking that we'll do 1 or 2 sets of that plate loaded isolation machine. That's pretty sick. Last time we used it, we really liked it, but unfortunately, I don't know, my right shoulder likes to ride up too much, and it kind of happens when I'm not looking at myself in the mirror and I'm not able to adjust properly. So I need to get better at it. So today we're going to be trying it out again because the only way to get good at things is by continuing to do them, continuing to practice. So I think we're going to practice with it until we get the form right and our shoulder isn't acting all crazy. Now, there's going to be things that I'm also going to be doing outside the gym that'll help a little bit with my shoulder. Now, some things that can sometimes happen is if your lat is really, really tight, you need to release some tension. You give it a little bit of massage, and then your shoulder kind of drops a little bit. There's some band movements that you can do to help lower it a little bit. So we got to do a little bit more of those. So I think we're going to be incorporating a little bit more now, so we can also loosen up the shoulder a little bit and see if we can fix a little bit of that imbalance. Because I don't know, for some reason, during certain exercises, not every single one of them, during certain exercises, it starts to kind of ride up a little bit, and I'm not the biggest fan of it. But thankfully, on that new fly machine, it really keeps my shoulders in place and everything, so it's been feeling pretty good. Because I would notice it on my fly movements, but now with this specific fly, it's beautiful. It's a 10 out of 10, and today we're going to be trying it out with that little pad that we bought. So I'm hella excited. So we're going to do 2 sets of Smith machine, and then we're going to move over to, I'm thinking, fuck it, let's do 2 sets of that new machine that we kind of like, that plate loaded press. And then I'm thinking 2 to 3 solid assets of that fly with, with the little pad extender that we're going to use. So I think we're in for a treat today. Our chest bump is going to be pretty crazy. I can already feel it. And then for triceps, we're not going to overcomplicate it. I think we're just going to do some push downs. I think today we might start off with maybe something light to prime up the elbows a little bit. So I'm thinking we'll start off with 1 or 2 sets of crossbody work. And then I'm thinking then move over to some tricep push downs. And then, we got to finish it off with some overhead tricep extension. So we're going to be doing that now. Throughout all of those, we're going to be using the straight bar because you guys know that for some reason when my wrist is at a certain angle, for some reason my elbow likes to hurt. So it's a little bit weird. It's a little bit weird. I don't know. So that's why sometimes when it comes to machines and stuff, it's good to kind of play around with different ones to see what's good for your body and stuff. And then sometimes you kind of just need a little bit of practice because you're not used to it. So you can either find out whether you need more practice with it, or maybe it's just not good for your anatomy. You can try something else. You just don't like it. So it's not a waste of time or anything, because you'll never know until you continue to try it. So I'm thinking 6, maybe 7 sets of chest will do us good. I'm leaning more towards the 6 sets, just depending on how fatigued the chest is already feeling. And then for triceps, I'm thinking we're gonna keep it around the 6 mark as well, maybe 7. We'll see what feels good. But today we're also gonna be stopping by Costco after the gym as well. So yesterday we are supposed to stop by, but I was a little bit lazy to go after the gym because I was like, man, it's already hella hot. I'm not trying to do all that. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just pump at a 76, pump in $10, and then tomorrow out the gym, I'll pump gas at Costco so that way I can actually do it. And I think that's gonna be the move after the gym today. We're gonna stop by Costco. I might stop by Costco in general though, to see if they have any of the things that we might need, because I might need to pick up some Built Bars. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. So hopefully we can stop by, maybe go in a little bit, and see if we can find some things to also get in stock up. Because although the business center and then the regular one is a little bit different, some of them carry completely different things sometimes. So it's a bit of a bummer sometimes, because man, you kind of have to go to 2 different Costco's. But because our gym is closer to Costco's, it makes it even easier for us to stock up. So I'm pretty happy. I am pretty happy it worked out that way as well, because we would always have to drive out pretty far to go to Costco. And now our gym is pretty close by, which is pretty awesome. Now, next week also is our birthday week. So we're going to be going to San Francisco with Jasmine. We're going to be taking the ferry to San Francisco. I'll most likely be showing you guys a few videos and pictures and stuff so you guys can kind of take a look at it and everything. But we're going to be hoping to go to a Brazilian steakhouse after we get to San Francisco. So we like to take the ferry. This is kind of like the second year that we like to do it. We take the ferry and then we go to San Francisco. To from the On the ferry, go to San Francisco, and then I'm thinking that we're gonna maybe Uber or walk around a little bit around the pier, and then we're gonna go to the Brazilian steakhouse. Now, it's gonna be during a weekday, so we're not expecting it to be too crowded at the Brazilian steakhouse, but you just never know for some reason because it's also San Francisco. So we were just like, you know what? We're just gonna do a walk-in. Worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, we go. It's hella booked. Maybe it's like an hour wait or whatever it might be. We'll just go to Cheesecake Factory and just go there, because man, you guys know I love my Cheesecake Factory, man. I think that spot is awesome. And they also have the macros and everything. Well, not the macros in part. Well, actually, they do have the macros, because if you go online, they'll have them on there. But on the menu, they have just the calories, so you can kind of play around with some stuff. But a lot of their healthier options. There was this one pasta that was so damn good that they got rid of, and I only got to try it I think once or twice. Man, I am so sad because that pasta was just so damn good, and the macros were just amazing. I don't know how the hell they were doing it, to be honest, because the food tastes so good. Just it doesn't even taste macro friendly. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what they be doing. And then tell me as well, for the folks who have been at Cheesecake Factory, does the Coke and the Diet Coke taste better there, or is it just me? Because I swear to this day, the Diet Coke, because we're not gonna be drinking our calories here now. You'll never find me promoting that. I don't like drinking my calories, so we usually go for Diet Coke. But tell me if I'm wrong, but the Diet Coke at Cheesecake Factory is just fucking elite. It somehow, some way, they make that motherfucker too good. Like it's just like insane. Like every time I go up, I kid you not, I have about maybe 8 glasses of Diet Coke, or a little bit more, just kind of depending on how hungry I am and stuff. Usually when I'm more hungry, I drink a lot of water or a lot of liquid. So you'll just see me chugging and chugging. Sometimes the waiters will bring me 2 at a time, just because they'll save them a little bit of a trip. Sometimes we kind of tell them ahead of time, because by the time they come back with their, so you know how they say they sit you down, and then they bring you the bread or whatever, and then they ask you, what do you want to drink? And then by the time they bring you the by the time they even like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself here because I'm like, I saw a cop on the side and it kind of threw me off. But usually they'll like sit us down, ask us for our drinks right away. They'll kind of bring us our bread a little bit, kind of like after we kind of sit down, we get our drinks. Most of the time that we get there, the bread isn't usually there right there and there, right then and there. It usually takes a little bit of time because I think they're just making them and making them, or they're preheating them. I don't know what the hell they're doing in the back, but sometimes we gotta wait a little bit, which is fine. But in between that waiting period, I usually have 2 to 3 of those. Of those Diet Cokes. And so that's ultimately what I wanted to say. But I just kind of stumbled on my words a little bit towards the middle there because I saw a comment. I was like, damn, caught me off guard. Anyways, let's switch over to the gym. Let's see if we get lucky. I think so though, because it's been pretty empty at the gym, pretty spacious. So I think we're gonna be able to get access to a Smith machine. Worst case scenario, we'll see what we end up trying. I'll see you guys over there. Okay, this door's taking one more. I'm thinking our working set will either be 75 or maybe 80, just kind of depending on how things feel. Sometimes these feel a little bit more heavier than usual. Sometimes they feel a little bit lighter. Let's see what kind of day it is, but that's one for maybe 1 or 2 of these. And then we'll see. Let's do 75 again. What I'm not the biggest fan of with me is I fucking sweat a bunch. And I'm too fucking lazy at the same time. And so I'm not buying any fucking chocolate from Amazon when I should be buying some because I feel like every single one of these bars is so slippery and then I'm so fucking sweaty all the time. So it's a bit of a bummer. So the weight always feels like it's slipping off on either a Smith machine or even with like the dumbbells or whatever it might be. What I need to grab as well that I kind of forgot on the way over here was that little extension pad that we had in the trunk. And then also we need to, what else do we need to get? I think we forgot something else. Hopefully I remember by the time we move on to the next one. But we're gonna stay here for 275. Let's try to get these maybe 6, maybe 7 solid ones. We'll see. Let's see how many we can get with this. Let me see what I'm gonna do is take a pause. That was good. I'm gonna take maybe, I don't know, 2 3 minutes. I'm drinking some water, man. I'm also gonna get a little towel so whenever we're done here, we can clean up pretty easy. That's what I forgot. There you go. Let me go get a towel. Let's go get into our next one. We're not gonna retire the straps just yet. We're gonna use this one for one more set for the 70s. It just helps me a little bit with my wrist. Sometimes what happens towards the end of the set, your wrist can be a little bit compromised, starts to bend a little bit. And usually when I get home is when I feel it the most. I don't know why. It gives me this fucking pain for like 3 days where it starts to ache, and it's not the most ideal thing to be having to deal with. So I've been using these for a while. I use these for my overheads as well because I think with my overheads, when my wrist is in this position, it just starts to hurt after a while. So all right, let's go back to 70s. See how many we can. Let's see what the screws. The school is small, so. But this feeling pretty good. I like to switch it around here and there. Sometimes I like to just stick to something a little bit more stabilized, like the Smith machine, or maybe sometimes like an isolation machine. Sometimes I like to start with dumbbells, but I think whatever you end up doing, just go for it. Let's go for time. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Like I told you guys last time, I need to practice my form on this one in particular. I don't know what it is about me, but when it comes to not having a mirror in front of me, what can sometimes happen is one of my shoulders likes to ride up a lot more than the other. And so then I look a little bit imbalanced where it looks like I'm just kind of going this way instead of being straight here. So what I'm going to try to do is just practice as much as I can. Just try to get better at it because if I move away from it and I just don't do it, who knows what if I miss out on gains. So it's better just to do it. Even when it feels a little uncomfortable now. I'm not saying don't get I'm not saying get hurt, so also do something that's not also feeling painful either. But for the most part, this one, what sometimes happens is my shoulder likes to kind of go up like this. And even though I feel it like it's in the place, it feels like if it's even, I don't know if it is. I don't know. And it's not until I look at the end of the video that I notice it. So we're just gonna have to get better. Let's have a little bit of it. Let's have 45. I'm gonna do a practice set, take a look at the form, and then we'll add 10. I think until we get the hang of this one, we're just gonna stick to 45 and get the hang of it first before we load up a bunch of play to get hurt. What I noticed is that I did get a little bit better on my right shoulder, so I think I just need to make sure that throughout the whole thing it stays down. After we do 2 sets of these, we're gonna go over to the fly. I'm gonna go grab the little attachment from my trunk. But we'll see how it goes as we get I want to play around with it a little bit more. Let's give us a little bit of a closer look from last night. I'll still give you guys a from you because I want to take a look at it after we get home, so we can see how it's like. We're gonna do one more. Look pretty good. Let's let's do our second one. After this, I'm gonna go sit up on that fly, and I'm gonna run over to the car real quick and get that little extension pad. I was looking around the gym, but I didn't see any extension pads here, any seat extenders or anything like that. So it's a good thing that we got one from Amazon. Maybe at some point they'll get some because this gym is pretty new. So they were also kind of getting in some new cardio machines. So that was pretty nice. There's like a few ellipticals and stuff like that. We're trying to use it yesterday, but man, the elliptical is just not for me, man. I'd rather walk or maybe the stairs. Honestly, the elliptical just feels a little wonky. Let's keep the form pretty well. Now, I think I've been doing a good job of keeping my elbow as low as possible. That also makes my shoulder right a little bit lower. Which, see how this looks. Let's pause that. I'm gonna take 20 seconds. Yeah, sorry. I just want to the next one now. I'll do those fries. Okay. Now, like I mentioned, we forgot our little pad in the trunk, so I need to go grab it. We're gonna use this bad boy. We're gonna put this one behind us here. And so it's gonna give us a little bit more range of motion, which is what we're looking for. So I'm pretty excited to test this out. Now let's put it, oh, it's already all the way to the back, so that's good. All right, let's do, I think 130 with extra weight should be good. What I'm gonna do though, is I'm gonna take out the mighty purple belt. I think that's what we need for this one. Stay. There's a slow mo, Jack. Let's drop it down. Hit it for maybe 2 or 3 more. We just dropped the extra little weight. It has a little option where you can do a little lever, and that's a little bit more weight. So we're gonna do it for maybe 3, 4 more, hopefully. We'll see. Let's do one more just like that. Let's change the angle for you guys. Let's give you guys a bit of a closer look now. I think we're gonna do 115 with the extra little weight here. And that's gonna be our last one. After this, we're gonna move over to some triceps. I think I might just grab one of the cable stacks that I see right in front of me with in the cages. We'll see what we end up doing though. I'm gonna take maybe 2 minutes. We'll start. Okay. I think it's about time we do this. Let's do this Bible for one more. And then we want to some triceps, so we're almost there. We're almost there. This pad right here is fucking fire. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Getting into this thing though, it's hella hard sometimes. Let's push myself in a little bit this way. Let's drop it. Let's drop the 15. Let's see how it goes. Having a little extender gives you maybe a few more inches, and it sure makes you just sound good. Let's go do some triceps now. We're done. Okay. It's gonna look a little bit dark for you guys, but I think it's fine. We're gonna start these bad boys off with some primers today, just so my triceps aren't hating me tomorrow. Because sometimes when it's happening, you guys should already know the drill. My elbows start hurting a bunch, and I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a, I wouldn't call them warm ups either, because they're still working sets, but I guess you can kind of call them pre-fatiguing sets, because then we're gonna move over to some heavy push downs and then some heavy overhead. So we'll see how this one goes. Now I'm gonna just set this one up here, stand right here, try to keep a big chest, and then just push all the way down. We're gonna start with our left, and then just match our right with it. Let's start off with our left. I think we're gonna start off with try 20 kg. I'll actually put what the little conversion is right here, so you guys can take a look at it. Because I myself don't know what it is. Now, on this next one, we're gonna drop down for sure. I think what I'm gonna do is do 15 kg, go grab one of the 2.5s, and I'm just gonna put it in between the little machine here. So I'll be right back. Let me go grab that. All right, I found it. You can just put this in between the machine here, because with these specific cable stacks, they go up by 5 kg, and it's a little bit too fucking heavy of a jump for me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So I'll just put it through here, give myself a little bit more of a jump instead of just doing the 15 kg. All right, I'm gonna say maybe 2 minutes. Maybe I'll give you guys a bit of an angle change actually. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna have to get 7 on my right too, but I'm gonna take a quick little 15-second break though, just because I can catch my breath a little bit. Man, after this set and before we start the next one, I think I'm gonna go drink some water though, because I'm fucking thirsty. Now, because I do so much fucking talking. I completely forgot how many we did. I think we did 7. So let's get 7 on right. I hope. Let's go find the bar that we like, and let's switch over to the percents. Let's go ahead and do this next one. I think we're gonna do just 2 sets of these tricep push downs. Now for these, we're gonna go a little bit heavy, but because you know what I just noticed right now as well, the 2.5s fell as we were going through this, so that's a bit of a bummer. I just noticed that right now. Let's take it out for now. All right, we're gonna do 45 kg. Let me give you guys a conversion right here so you guys can take a look at it, because I have no idea what it is. But worst case scenario, we move down. Best case scenario, we move up. We'll see. That was good. Let me switch the angle for you guys now. We either stick to this specific angle or we switch to a different cable stack. I'm not exactly sure, but so far this looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a look at it after the clip just to make sure that it's not too dark now. If it is too dark, what I can always do is just mess around with it a little bit post production, where I kind of just mess around with the exposure, but then that kind of takes away some of the details. So I'm gonna have to pick and choose a little bit. So hopefully it's not too bad once we take a look at it. But I'm gonna take 2 more minutes. I'm gonna go drink some water. I'll be right back. For this one, we're gonna do 40 kg. And put the conversion right here so you guys can take a look at what it is. Plus the 2.5. Now let's hope that this time this thing doesn't end up falling off, because I noticed that towards the end of our tricep push downs, at some point it kind of gave out and it slipped off of the little pin. So I have to just be careful. I didn't even notice the difference though when I was doing it. It didn't seem like there was a big shift in like the weight. I feel like I would have noticed it, but that kind of just happens. Anyways, let's start this up. Let's get 7 or 8. We're gonna do, what is this? Just make sure that I don't forget. We're gonna do 30 kg plus the 2.5. What we've been doing usually has been 30 kg, so we're slowly going up, which is fine. Now, I'll use these for today because it gives me a little bit more assistance and it stabilizes me. It's mostly for the stabilizing, really. And also, it stops my wrist pain from coming in because sometimes with overheads, I don't know if you have that problem, but I get a bunch of wrist pain, which is a little bit unfortunate. I can wait to get home and eat as well. Man, we picked up some stuff from Safeway today. I picked up this Halo Tops. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I've been fucking sleeping on Halo Tops. Nick's is not even you can't even compare. They're like Halo Tops. I don't know what they did when I first tried them in college. It was they were hella fucking chalky, but now they're just so fucking good. I don't know what they did to them. There's one more just like that. I'm gonna give you guys a bit of an angle change, but I'm going to I'm gonna stay to the same weight. I think 30 kg with the 2.5 felt pretty good. For some reason, it felt easier today. I don't know why, but sometimes some specific muscle groups, for some reason, I don't know if they just recover better or whatever it might be. But today, my triceps feel pretty strong, which is nice. I wish every single tricep day was like that because man, I feel like I always have those days where I'm frustrated at a muscle group because I either didn't get the same amount of reps that I wish I did, or I have the drops or whatever it might be. But it's just kind of part of the game, you know. You kind of just kind of learn as you go. Okay, I'm gonna take maybe 2 minutes and then we'll start up again. Okay, that's our last one now. That's it. We're done with triceps. We'll do some hamstrings now. Okay, let's go ahead and start up hamstrings now. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is finishing off the 3 sets here, then do the pose down, so that way I can kind of use this little space here because it looks pretty nice, and then do RDLs at the end. So I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. But for this one, we're gonna test out this little pad. Hopefully our quads aren't hurting with this one specifically. Like I was mentioning in the car, for some reason around this section here, I don't know, this part right here rides the shit out of my bottom of my quad, and it's just, man, it aches a bunch. So hopefully this helps a bit. We'll try it out. Well, it's actually not bad at all. I like that. I'm gonna do two more just like that. I think what I'm gonna do is actually bring this just a tiny bit more down, so I can get a little bit more of a stretch, but this feels way better. Okay, 32 minutes. We'll start again. We're gonna use this little section of the gym here because it's a little bit empty and all the heavy weights are on this side, but we're gonna go grab the 90s. We're gonna do some RDLs here for 2 sets. I think I'm just gonna record the first one. We're gonna use these Versa grips now. Hopefully they don't let me down because you guys already know me and these Versa grips have a bit of a battle every single fucking time I use these things, man. They're just not they're not worth the money. Okay, let's go grab the 90s. I'll be right back. Okay, let's start. Hopefully you get 7, maybe 8, but we'll see. Now, I typically take off my shoes, but I think we'll be fine without them. I'm gonna do one more just like that, and then we'll finish off the session for today, man. I'm already fucking beat. I won't even lie to you guys, so I'm gonna take maybe 3 minutes, and I'm thinking we're gonna do 90s for hopefully one more set of 6. Okay, so the clip you guys are about to see, I pre-recorded already before I came to do the RDL, so we already did a little bit of the pose down before we did the RDLs. Just because that little spot over there in that corner, the lighting is really nice, so I had to take advantage of it. Anyways, today was a good chest, triceps and hamstrings. Tomorrow we got another back shoulder, so hopefully it's a bit of a quicker one, just because, man, this week has been kicking our fucking ass. I think ever since we started coming to this new gym, just because of the amount of volume we've been doing has increased by a little bit. I'm for sure feeling it. Just because I've been getting super excited about trying everything, to be honest. And that's usually what sometimes happens when you go to a new gym. You kind of want to try all these new fancy machines that your typical gym doesn't have any, or doesn't have in that particular moment. So it's fun to kind of jump around from gym to gym. I know the lab has a bunch of machines that's different than the ones here, something a little bit similar, but each gym has its own little unique little things. So hopefully as we kind of move along, maybe we'll go back to the lab, show you guys a little bit of an updated workout over there, and then we'll kind of switch around a little bit. But we'll see. I think in due time. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, stay consistent and don't skip your cardio. So shit, I'm bad. Okay, let's go ahead and see what kind of damage we did now. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna have to do this quick little pump check before we do RDLs, just because I'm already on this section and the lighting here looks pretty good. So let's see how things are looking. So we still have some RDLs after this. So I'm thinking either I put this before the RDLs or I post this afterwards. But just know that we end up taking this before the RDLs. All right. That's perfect. Check over the back. Nice. Okay. I think that's enough. I'm gonna go do some RDLs now.